Namaste, my lovely friends. Welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly. Today's practice is yoga when you're healing from COVID, when you're recovering all those body aches and pains. Myself and my family have been recovering from COVID, and I know about the really bad body aches. So I wanted to share a practice to help you cope and recuperate and recover. I'm sending you so much love. Grab yourself all of your favorite props, pillows, blankets, bolsters, and together let us unroll the mat, unpeel the edges, and let us do this. Welcome, my lovely friends. Join me with a bolster. We're going to lay that long beneath our lower back and get comfortable. And you can also do this with pillows. And you can also do this practice in bed because I know that this illness is really hard. So we're going to just gently exhale, allowing our heart to drape wide open into a supported Matsyendrasana. And you can definitely grab a blanket for your comfort. And this is going to be more of a restorative class. So just allowing yourself to rest and work out those really deep body pains and cramps that are associated with this illness. So find something that feels good for you in your legs. You can root your feet into the earth and just allow yourself to rest with your heart open, and perhaps your nose is stuffed and all you can breathe is through your mouth, and just doing your best to allow yourself to just show up where you are. And just a breathing, a healing thought that comes into the body. And then exhaling that healing all around you. And perhaps you can imagine little happy healing cells starting at the top of your head and just spiraling down, healing all of the cells in the face, in the head, in the brain, and allowing all of those healing thoughts, those healing smiling cells to radiate down the shoulders and the arms, into the heart and the lungs, and bringing healing into your stomach and all of your internal organs, and bringing healing to the muscles and the joints and in the hips, and healing all the way into the thighs and the knees and the calves and the shins and the feet. And if it feels good for you, my friends, you can gently windshield wipe the legs side to side to alleviate some of that back cramping and the back pain. Or if it feels good, you can find a little stillness and just allowing your heart to be open. And just softening down towards the earth, perhaps softening at the jaw, and giving yourself permission to be patient with this healing journey of your body. Because this illness, I know it's hard, but we can do hard things. And illnesses are our body's way of telling us to slow down and take care of ourselves. And this is our time to be patient and kind and compassionate as we just rest and restore. Just filling our cells up and replenishing ourselves. And allowing yourself permission. If any of these poses don't feel good to you, my friends, you can find a pose that feels good for you, as in any class. Know that I am here as your guide. I am not the know-it-all of your body. Listening to your body here, my friends. And we're slowly going to roll on a side. And I know there's a lot of dizziness that comes with this illness, so just take it slow. Kickstand your arm, just slow and steady, at your own pace, my friends. And we're going to just move that bolster. Just give yourself a little moment here. We're going to move ourselves near our mat, or you can be on your bed. And we're going to meet in a restorative child's pose. So really opening the knees up wide. And you can grab and put a superhero cape of your blanket over your back. And we want to get our pillows or our bolsters underneath of us. And we're going to exhale, folding the heart forward. Feel if it feels better to hug up high or if you feel better, to lengthen your arms behind you. And I know at first this one can be really uncomfortable. So you can also, if you need pillows underneath of your sit bones to get your sit bones up higher, you can also do that. Because I know that this back pain and the hip pain and the leg pain with this illness are very intense. So just allow yourself to maybe wiggle if that feels a little bit in your body until you can give yourself permission to find stillness. And again, find a child's pose that works best for you. And that's coming back to those healing thoughts and imagining healing happening inside of your body. And you can even allow a little smile to curl up on the sides of your lips. And you can just imagine like a healthy, healed, perfect strand of DNA. And this strand of DNA is just healthy and it's vibrating with health. And if it feels good, you can join me and you can use your fist and give yourself a lower back massage. You can massage into the hips, massage into the legs. You can use the fists. You can use the palms of the hands. And just giving yourself a little rub, because the back pain is intense for some of us. And maybe it might not be for you, so you don't have to massage yourself. But if you're feeling that intense hip pain and leg pain and back pain, just give yourself what you need. You can rub with, again, the palms of the hands. You can use the fists. You can bunch up and use the knuckles and just massaging, like knocking side to side, just giving a little alleviation of pressure and maybe just breaking up some of the stagnant energy and just the tight muscles in the body. Or if it feels good, my friends, you can find stillness. You can even rub to the top of the thighs, or again, find that stillness in your body. And just allowing yourself permission to just rest and restore right here. Imagining that healing DNA strand or those healing cells. You can almost just imagine like a little blob, like almost like a little egg that you've just cracked and it's smiling, and that could be like your representation of your cells in your body. And you could just imagine that healthy and healed. And really just allowing yourself permission to be here where you are, and knowing that part of healing is feeling pain. So we have to feel this pain of this illness to heal from it. And it is a long journey, but together, my beautiful friends, we are in this. Just allowing yourself this space of restoration and just being with yourself and giving yourself the same compassion you would give to a loved one. And just gently bringing the hands underneath of the shoulders and gently pushing up, right? Slow it down. If you're feeling dizzy, just listen to your body. And this next pose is going to be a seated pose. And know if you are feeling very dizzy, you are allowed to choose a different pose and you can lay on your back. So we're going to move our blanket out of the way. We're going to join in a seated position, grabbing the pillow or the bolster and just bringing the feet as good as we can into a butterfly and bringing the bolster or the pillows underneath for a supported version. And if you're feeling chilly like me, you can bring that pillow like your superhero cape. And we're just going to exhale and bring some restoration into the hips and alleviation into the back of the glutes here. And again, just allowing yourself permission to show up. And if your head is feeling dizzy, you can also put your elbows on your pillow or bolster and then just rest here, coming forward and just allowing yourself permission to just show up how you are. And again, remembering, friends, that healing from pain means that we have to dig into it and feel pain. And just giving yourself grace today, tonight, tomorrow, as long as this illness takes, to just be present with yourself and nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself, and also asking for help when you need it. Even if you are someone who has a hard time asking for help, it's so important to get help when we need it. So we're just slowly going to walk with the palms of the hands up. Use our hands to bring those legs together. Gently swipe the bolster out of the way, my beautiful friends here. And we're going to slowly make our way back onto our sit bones and coming back onto the mat. So take this slow and steady at your own pace, wherever you are in your body, my friends. And again, if you need that cozy blanket, which I definitely recommend, please bring that with you here. And we're going to just hug both of the knees up. You can crisscross the ankles and giving yourself a lower back massage. This is an Apanasana, a double wind reliever. And really here, just rub that lower back onto the earth. And you can make small isolated circles. You can go vertically, side to side, right to left, or up and down. Right, just allowing yourself permission to be human. Or you can also, here you can reach for the insides of the ankles, kind of like a modified happy baby. If this is really challenging for you, you can grab your bolster or blankets and give yourself a little support here. And you can just rest the bottoms of the feet kind of side to side as you rock, and just giving a little love and a little stretch into the hips. Because if you've been in bed for a while, you'll know that your body is like, oh my gosh, it hurts. And this might even be a little sore, but this is the way towards your health, is moving your body still, even if it's just stretching, these just gentle stretches, my friends. And from here, we're going to just kind of place the feet on the earth. And with the hips, we're going to inhale, raise up as good as you can. We're going to rest the bolster or your pillows under your lower back, and find a little comfort here for a supported bridge, my friends. Just taking a moment and feel into your hips, and then take the right foot, lifting it up from the earth while the left plants, and then just cross it for a laying figure 4. And if it feels good, you can give a little movement. If your hips are feeling super sore, or legs, you can sway side to side here, or you can just plant and find a little stillness and get this nice stretch in the back of the hamstring and the leg on the earth. And just being kind and compassionate to your body wherever you are, because being sick is hard, and this is one of those illnesses that we just have to be calm and gentle with ourselves and patient. And if it feels good for you, you can stay, or you can reach behind that left knee and bringing it up, the knee up towards your heart, and rock side to side. If you are feeling like really phlegmy and your chest is really tight, you might want to keep that foot down on the earth. So just try and see what feels good for you and your body. And be intuitive here, friends. You can roll out your ankles a little bit here, spread your toes wide, plant that foot, roll out that ankle, and just taking it slow, allowing yourself to breathe if that works, and gently uncrossing the foot, pressing it down on the earth, and just taking a moment to neutralize your spine here before we plant the opposite side, the right foot, and then cross the left. So you can use a helping hand if you need, and then cross the midsection and coming back for that laying supported figure 4. And really, my friends, just notice how this is feeling in the hips, how it's feeling in the legs, and just give yourself permission to show up in your imperfections, right? Because our bodies are these incredible healing vessels that get sick, get viruses, and heal from. So just taking time to be slow and steady. And if it feels good for you, you can inhale from the core and raise that knee up and hug it towards your body. But again, if it's not feeling in your wheelhouse today, then you can keep that foot planted on the earth. Again, just be intuitive with yourself. You can roll out your ankles here. You can spread your toes wide and create a little energy, inviting some Shakti, which we need all of the good healing energy that we can get. And if you can, maybe reach for an exhale, just pressing that exhale out. That feels good for you. Allowing yourself to just pause here and be exactly where you are. And slowly you can bring that foot back down to the earth and uncross the midsection. Just pausing here in neutral, and just let's windshield wipe side to side. So just bringing legs to the left, slow and mindfully to the right. And really just allowing yourself to feel that stretch throughout your legs and taking this at your own pace and bringing that stretch and letting it spiral through the hips and the pelvic wall and up to the core. And slow and steady. And knowing that you can bring this practice with you, my friends, if you are still in bed throughout this illness, and you can do these stretches if you're having a hard time getting comfortable. These gentle windshield wipe side, and perhaps reaching for an exhale if you can, pushing that breath out as you windshield wipe, allowing that stretch on the side of the glutes and the hips. Slow and mindful, my friends. Just being with the hips, and we're going to raise those hips up. Use that strength. I know it's there. We're going to rest the bolster or pillows on one side. We're going to hug the knees up to the body. Hug, hug, hug. We're going to come in for a laying twist. So from your core, you're going to exhale to the left side. Bring your hands either to a cactus or lengthen them long. And usually I would look the opposite direction, but it's a little tight in the breathing area. So looking straight up or towards your bent legs can help you get more oxygen if your body's feeling like, oh. And really just allow yourself to rest and restore in this twist. And knowing that these twists are detoxifying. So even this gentle notion of twisting our body, we're allowing some of the toxins of this virus to move throughout our body, right? That's why yoga is such a healing practice. Every movement has all of these simulations of glands and energy meridians in the body and even energy of the body. So just resting and allowing your spine to wring out like a dirty towel. I'm almost imagining like your illness is washing through and you're wringing it out. And if you can, inviting that exhale. And just finding a little stillness for your body. Perhaps allowing that smile and inviting those healing thoughts. And you can just gently gesture to yourself by saying, I am healing. I am trusting that my body is healing on its own perfect timing. And slowly we're going to come back to center, hug to center. Good job, my friends. And bringing the bolster or pillows to the opposite side. Arms to that cactus from the center, twist the opposite direction. And then again, find your head in a space that feels good, whether it's looking the opposite shoulder as the legs straight up and down, or to the same side of the bent of the body. And inviting those healing affirmations back in. My body is healing. I am patient with my body's ability to heal itself on its own perfect timing. Allowing that spine to wring out. Really allowing yourself to feel into the muscles and the joints and the aches and the pains. And if it feels good here too, friends, you could also give yourself a self-adjustment. And you can bring one hand to the knees and just press down a tidbit if that feels good for you. Or otherwise you could just stay and just inviting the healing properties and the healing benefits of twisting, wringing out the spine, exhaling the toxins down, down low through the bottoms of the feet. Giving yourself the same compassion that you give your loved ones, your closest friends and family members if they were sick, if they were experiencing this virus. And slowly and steady, bringing the knees up and giving yourself a little huggy hug before we meet in our final pose of surrender into our Shavasana. So I invite you to get a nice cozy blanket, drape it over your feet as good as you can. And if you would like, you can grab your pillow or bolster and put it under your head if that feels good for you. I know there's been a lot of like respiratory things with the virus, so bringing your head up is definitely recommended here so we can Kind of keep that mucus flow going down. And just giving yourself permission to just surrender to this cold, this virus. And if you would like, you can make a butterfly with your feet if that feels good with you. Or if your hips are like, yeah, no, thank you, you can place them, lay them long, or you can put the soles of the feet on the earth and you can have the knees kind of knock together, kind of collapsing in together. And just giving yourself permission in this moment to just rest and restore. And we're going to invite those healing affirmations. I am trusting that my body is healing on its own perfect timing. Even though I've been pretty sick for a while now, I am giving myself patience and compassion. And I am trusting that my body is healing on its own timing. Even though I am feeling so frustrated with this illness, I love and approve of myself anyways. Even though it's been a hard time dealing with this illness, I trust that my body is healing on its own perfect timing. And pausing here and giving yourself a moment and bringing palms kissing palms. Namaste, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I am beyond grateful for you, and I'm sending you so many healing thoughts. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I just wanted to encourage you to use these poses if you are feeling very ill and you're in your bed and you're having those body aches. You can use your pillows for that restorative fish, putting it underneath of your shoulders, or the restorative bridge underneath of your hips to help alleviate some of that hip pain. And just gently, when you're in those, you can windshield wipe your legs back and forth to give them a little bit of movement to help with those severe body aches and cramps. So I love you so much. I'm sending you so many healing thoughts and so much healing energy. I know that we are in this together, and I know this is a hard cold to get over, this COVID, but our bodies are these amazing healing vessels, and we just have to be so patient with ourselves and kind and compassionate with ourselves. And I love you, and I will see you back here very soon.